Imagine this: you finally fall asleep, only to wake up at midnight. Then again at 2 a.m., then 4 a.m., rushing to the bathroom each time. By morning, you feel like you hardly slept at all. Sound familiar? You're not alone. Research shows that over 7 in 10 seniors face this nightly struggle. But here's the shocking truth: in many cases, it's not just your bladder or old age. The real culprit could be a seemingly healthy bedtime habit that quietly sabotages your sleep. And the danger is real. Broken sleep doesn't just leave you tired, it weakens your heart, drains your memory, and raises your fall risk the next day. That's why this isn't just an inconvenience, it's a hidden health threat. Today, I'll reveal a surprising fix: how eating an apple in a very specific way before bed can calm your body, reduce those bathroom trips, and help you finally enjoy deep, uninterrupted rest. But before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching from and what time is it right now? Share in the comments, I can't wait to read them. And if you enjoyed this video, hit subscribe. If not, just tap like, it still helps a lot. Stay with me tonight, could be the start of better sleep. The real reasons behind nighttime urination in older adults. As we grow older, our bodies begin to change in ways we do not always expect. And one of the most overlooked shifts involves a small but vital hormone called vasopressin. This hormone plays an important role in telling the kidneys to slow down urine production at night, allowing the bladder to stay calmer and helping us sleep without interruption. When we reach our 60s and 70s, the natural production of vasopressin gradually decreases, which means the kidneys continue filtering fluids almost as if it were daytime. The result is simple but frustrating, because even with the same amount of evening water, the bladder fills faster and signals to wake up come much earlier than before. It feels unfair, but it is not a disease. It is simply a biological adjustment that needs gentle awareness. Alongside hormonal shifts, the kidneys and bladder themselves lose some of the resilience they once had. In younger years, the bladder could easily hold a full glass or more before the brain felt the need to respond. But with age, sensitivity increases, and the urge comes when only a half glass is inside. This does not mean your body is broken. It means the nerves in your bladder have grown more alert, less patient, and more likely to call out for attention even when the situation is minor. For many older adults in both America and India, this explains why they feel a sudden pressure at night, even though only a small amount of urine is actually present. Understanding this normal decline in efficiency helps ease the shame, because it is not weakness, it is a natural stage of aging. Diet and drinking patterns also play a surprisingly powerful role in this cycle. Many seniors believe they must drink plenty of water in the evening to stay healthy, or enjoy comfort drinks like tea, warm milk, or soup after dinner. While these habits feel nourishing, they also add fluid to the bladder at exactly the wrong time. When kidneys are already slower at night, even small cups of liquid can add up and lead to restless awakenings. Foods that are salty, acidic, or high in water, like citrus fruits, pickles, or watery vegetables, can irritate the bladder lining and trigger unnecessary urges. The advice here is not to stop drinking, but to shift most of your water to earlier in the day and to choose lighter foods in the evening. Think of it as giving your body permission to rest instead of asking it to keep working through the night. To bring this closer to home, let me share the story of Margaret, a 73-year-old grandmother from Ohio who struggled with waking 3 times each night for nearly a decade. She thought it was simply old age until her doctor explained how her evening cups of herbal tea and late-night fruit were overstimulating her bladder. By moving her fluids to the morning and early afternoon and saving her apple snack for just after dinner instead of before bed, she reduced her nightly bathroom trips from 3 to 1. The change left her feeling less anxious and more confident in her independence. In India, Ramesh, a retired teacher in Pune, had a similar experience. He believed avoiding water during the day would help, but it only made his blood thicker and his kidneys overactive at night. When he started sipping steadily in the morning and cutting back after 6, his sleep improved dramatically. These stories remind us that nighttime urination is not simply a sign of decline. It is a message from the body asking for small adjustments in timing and habit. With awareness, patience, and a willingness to experiment, seniors can regain restful nights and greet each morning with more energy and peace. Aging changes the rules, but it does not take away your ability to adapt and find balance again. The benefits of apples for older adults. When most people think of apples, they picture a simple snack or perhaps the old saying about keeping the doctor away. Yet for seniors, especially those in America and India, this fruit carries quiet benefits that reach far beyond its sweet taste. Apples are rich in soluble and insoluble fiber, which play a vital role in digestion. As we age, constipation often becomes a hidden burden pressing on the bladder and sending false signals at night. By easing bowel movements and keeping digestion regular, apples reduce this pressure and help the bladder stay calmer. Many older adults notice that when their stomach feels lighter, their nights feel calmer as well. It is not only about comfort. It is about breaking the cycle of strain that leads to unnecessary bathroom trips. Another remarkable quality of apples lies in their natural anti-inflammatory compounds, particularly quercetin. This plant chemical has been studied for its ability to soothe the lining of the urinary tract. For seniors who often experience irritation or urgency, the calming effect of quercetin can make a noticeable difference. Imagine the relief of no longer waking with that sharp, sudden urge that pulls you from sleep. Quercetin works like a soft shield, reducing inflammation and protecting delicate tissues that have grown more sensitive with age. A gentle daily habit, eating a crisp apple in the evening, may quietly strengthen urinary health without the need for harsh medicines. The science supports it, but more importantly, real people feel the change in their nights. Weight control is another hidden area where apples offer protection. As the years pass, extra pounds around the belly become more common, and this weight can press against the bladder, making urgency worse. Apples provide natural sweetness with fewer calories, and their fiber creates a sense of fullness that prevents overeating. For seniors, maintaining a steady weight is not about appearance. It is about reducing pressure on internal organs and preserving independence. Think of a grandfather in New Jersey who replaced nightly desserts with a sliced apple. Over several months, he lost a few pounds, noticed less belly strain, and found himself waking only once at night instead of 3 times. The change did not come from strict dieting, but from a simple, sustainable swap. Apples are also filled with antioxidants, natural compounds that fight oxidative stress in the brain and body. Older adults often struggle with restless sleep, lighter stages of rest, and difficulty reaching deep cycles where true recovery occurs. Antioxidants help calm inflammation throughout the nervous system, supporting steadier rhythms and a more peaceful night. There is emerging evidence that diets rich in antioxidant fruits like apples may even reduce the risk of cognitive decline. Seniors often carry the unspoken fear of memory loss and fading independence. Something as small as a daily apple can serve as both nourishment and reassurance, offering a sense of control over aging. A woman in Mumbai shared that adding apples to her evening routine made her sleep more soundly, and her mornings felt brighter with less fog and more energy to face the day. Compared to other fruits, apples provide a more bladder-friendly option for seniors. Citrus fruits like oranges and sweet limes, while refreshing, are highly acidic and can irritate the bladder lining, leading to frequent urges. Grapes, though delicious, often cause bloating and gas that press against the bladder at night. Watermelon, a favorite in summer, carries heavy water content and is best enjoyed earlier in the day to prevent nighttime trips. In contrast, apples are gentle, balanced, and satisfying without overloading the system. They strike the right middle ground, hydrating enough to support health but not so watery or acidic that they disturb sleep. For many older adults, this makes apples a safe and dependable choice when seeking peace at night. The simple apple may look ordinary, but its impact on senior health is extraordinary. With fiber that lightens the digestive system, quercetin that calms the urinary tract, nutrients that support weight balance, and antioxidants that encourage restful sleep, it becomes more than a snack. It becomes a tool for independence and well-being. Seniors often feel that aging steals away control. Yet here is a reminder that small choices still matter deeply. By choosing an apple at the right time, you are not just feeding your body, you are giving yourself the gift of steadier nights, calmer mornings, and a stronger sense of hope. How to eat apples for a full night's sleep. The timing of when you eat an apple can make all the difference for your bladder and your sleep. Many seniors in both America and India enjoy fruit after dinner, believing it is a healthy habit. But eating apples too late in the evening can backfire. The body's metabolism slows down at night and digestion becomes less efficient, which means extra fluids and fiber can linger and create unnecessary pressure on the bladder. The ideal window is to eat your apple before 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, giving your body time to process the nutrients without disturbing rest. Think of it like dimming the lights before bedtime. Your body prepares more peacefully when food arrives earlier in the evening. Seniors who make this small adjustment often notice fewer bathroom interruptions and a deeper, steadier night of sleep. Another important detail is whether you eat the apple with or without its skin. The peel contains most of the fiber and antioxidants, which are especially valuable for older adults dealing with digestion and inflammation. Eating apples with the skin helps regulate the bowels, reduces pressure on the bladder, and delivers protective compounds like quercetin more effectively. Yet some seniors worry about chewing difficulties or pesticide residues, which are valid concerns. Washing the apple thoroughly or choosing organic varieties can solve the safety issue, and slicing the apple thinly makes chewing easier. Unless your doctor advises otherwise, keeping the skin is the best choice. It gives you more of the benefits you are looking for without adding any burden. In this way, the apple becomes both gentler on digestion and more powerful in supporting restful nights. You might also wonder whether raw apples are better than cooked ones. Both forms can be helpful, but they affect the body differently. Raw apples bring more crunch fiber and hydration, which is excellent during the day, but sometimes too stimulating at night. Cooked apples, whether steamed, baked, or lightly stewed, become softer, easier to digest, and warmer for the stomach, which is often more suitable for the evening. Imagine a baked apple with a sprinkle of cinnamon after an early dinner. It comforts the senses and avoids overloading the bladder. For seniors with sensitive teeth, slow digestion or mild reflux, cooked apples can be a kinder choice that still provides the same gentle health benefits. The key is to notice how your body responds and adjust the preparation style to what feels most soothing. Portion size matters as well, because even healthy foods can cause issues if taken in excess at the wrong time. For older adults, half to one medium-sized apple is usually enough in the evening. Eating more than that may lead to bloating, extra fluid intake, or even mild acidity that keeps you awake. Remember, the goal is not to overfill your stomach, but to provide steady nourishment that works with your body's slower rhythm. A gentleman in Florida shared that by cutting his nightly apple in half, he no longer felt heavy at bedtime and reduced his bathroom trips from 3 to 1 per night. This shows that moderation is not about restriction. It is about choosing the right amount to give you comfort instead of discomfort. Finally, it is worth highlighting a few common mistakes that seniors unknowingly make with apples at night. One mistake is eating apples too close to bedtime, believing that fruit is always light and harmless. Another is combining apples with heavy or salty dinners, which can overload digestion and create thirst. Some also eat apples straight from the refrigerator, which can irritate the bladder lining in older adults. Avoiding these habits is simple. Eat your apple earlier, pair it with lighter meals, and choose room temperature or gently cooked versions for the evening. By steering clear of these small errors, the apple becomes a true ally instead of a hidden source of restless nights. In the end, how you eat apples is just as important as the apple itself. By choosing the right timing, keeping the skin when possible, preparing it in a way that suits your digestion, eating only the portion your body needs, and avoiding late-night mistakes, you transform a simple fruit into a gentle tool for better sleep. Seniors often feel they are losing control over the nights, but this one habit reminds us that health is still within reach. With small, thoughtful changes, the apple can bring you back the gift of calm, unbroken rest. Combining apples with other habits to reduce nighttime urination. One of the most overlooked steps in managing nighttime urination is learning how to pace your fluid intake during the day. Many older adults drink very little water in the morning only to feel thirsty and catch up in the evening hours. This pattern puts pressure on the kidneys at exactly the wrong time, forcing the bladder to work overtime during the night. A healthier approach is to drink most of your fluids between sunrise and late afternoon, gradually tapering after 6 in the evening and limiting water after 7 o'clock. This does not mean you must become dehydrated. It simply means sipping steadily earlier and allowing the body to process fluids before bedtime. Seniors who make this change often report fewer awakenings, clearer mornings, and a sense of relief that comes from finally sleeping through the night. Another factor that quietly influences bladder health is the type of foods and drinks you choose after dinner. Coffee, black tea, and even some herbal blends act as natural diuretics, increasing urine production just when your body needs rest. Spicy or salty foods create thirst and pull extra water into the bladder, which can also trigger late-night urgency. While these items may bring comfort or habit, they often work against restful sleep. Replacing evening coffee with a warm cup of caffeine-free chamomile or seasoning meals with gentler spices instead of heavy chilies can make a significant difference. A retired couple in Texas shared that by removing the nightly salted popcorn and black tea and replacing it with baked apples and herbal tea, they began sleeping 5 to 6 hours uninterrupted, a change that felt life-giving after years of struggle. Daily movement also plays a crucial role in reducing nighttime urination, even if it does not seem directly related. Light morning exercise such as a 15-minute walk, gentle stretching, or even simple chair exercises helps improve blood circulation and prevents fluid from pooling in the legs. When fluid gathers in the lower limbs during the day, it often shifts back toward the kidneys once you lie down, creating extra urine at night. By keeping circulation steady, your body releases this fluid earlier, easing the burden after sunset. Seniors in both the United States and India who add these simple routines often find not only better sleep, but also stronger balance, lighter joints, and greater confidence in daily movement. Small, steady effort builds resilience, and it begins with as little as a few stretches beside your bed. Sleep environment is another key piece that often gets ignored. Many older adults keep bedrooms too warm, wear thick clothing, or use heavy blankets, believing it provides comfort. Yet, overheating makes the body sweat, increases thirst, and pushes the kidneys into higher activity. Choosing a cooler room temperature around 65 to 68 degrees Fahrenheit with breathable cotton clothing and lighter bedding can help calm the body and reduce bladder stimulation. Sleeping posture also matters. Lying on your side with a pillow between the knees can ease abdominal pressure and give the bladder more space. These small adjustments, though simple, can transform restless nights into deeper, calmer rest. When you bring these habits together, timed hydration, careful food choices, light activity, and a restful environment, the apple becomes part of a larger evening routine. Having half an apple with skin prepared warm or at room temperature around 6 or 7 o'clock signals to your body that it is time to wind down. The fruit offers fiber for digestion, antioxidants for calm, and a natural sweetness that replaces heavier desserts. Paired with dimmer lights, quiet breathing, and a mindful routine, the apple turns into a symbol of balance. Seniors often believe that good sleep is out of reach, yet these combined steps prove otherwise. With intention and patience, your nights can become steady again, and your mornings can greet you with energy and quiet joy. Common misunderstandings about fruits and sleep. Many seniors believe that eating more fruit at night is always healthy, but this assumption often leads to restless sleep. Fruits are rich in fiber, water, and natural sugars, which are excellent during the day when the body is active. But in the evening, these same qualities can overload the digestive system and irritate the bladder. An older gentleman in Chicago once shared that his habit of eating a large bowl of mixed fruit salad after dinner left him waking 2 or 3 times each night. When he shifted those fruits to lunchtime, his nights became calmer and he felt more rested. The truth is, simple fruits are healthy, but the timing of when you eat them matters just as much as the quantity. Another misunderstanding is that drinking fruit juice is equal or even better than eating whole fruit. For seniors, juices are often too concentrated, stripped of fiber, and loaded with natural sugars that enter the bloodstream quickly. This rapid absorption can lead to spikes in blood sugar, increased thirst, and more urine production during the night. A retired teacher in Delhi said she thought orange juice before bed was soothing, but it only made her nights more disturbed. By switching back to half an apple in the early evening, she noticed her bladder calmed and her mornings felt fresher. Whole fruit provides balance, while juice often creates imbalance, especially for older adults with sensitive systems. Some seniors try to manage nighttime urination by simply drinking less water, but the body is more complex than that. Restricting fluids during the day can lead to mild dehydration, which makes the kidneys work harder at night to filter thicker blood. This often results in more, not less, urine production. A woman in Florida who avoided water all day, hoping to sleep better, found herself even more restless at night. When she returned to steady hydration during the morning and early afternoon, her bladder stabilized. The lesson is clear: hydration must be managed wisely, not avoided completely. Lastly, there is the quiet habit of eating cold fruit straight from the refrigerator, especially in warm climates. While the chill may feel refreshing, very cold food and drink can irritate the bladder lining, which is already more sensitive with age. Seniors often notice that their urges are stronger and come sooner after consuming cold items late in the day. Choosing room temperature fruit or lightly warming apples or pears makes digestion smoother and reduces irritation. These small shifts may feel minor, but for older adults struggling with disrupted sleep, they can be the difference between a heavy night and a peaceful one. Real stories from older adults in Ohio. 74-year-old Margaret spent years waking 3 or 4 times each night, convinced it was simply part of aging. She often avoided water after dinner and tried various herbal teas, but nothing truly helped her bladder calm down. One evening, her daughter suggested trying half an apple with skin before 6 o'clock instead of a late snack. Within 2 weeks, Margaret noticed she was waking only once, and sometimes not at all. The change was not dramatic at first, but the gradual improvement gave her confidence that small, steady adjustments could restore peace to her nights. She later described it as feeling like I finally got my evenings back. Across the world in Pune, India, Ramesh, a 70-year-old retired teacher, faced the same exhausting problem. He believed reducing water entirely in the evening was the only way to control his bladder. Yet this left him dehydrated, restless, and still waking at odd hours. After hearing a local doctor speak about eating apples earlier in the evening, he made the switch. He began taking a small baked apple around 7 alongside a lighter dinner, and within days he felt less urgency during the night. His story spread among his neighbors, many of whom began trying the same practice with similar relief. For Ramesh, the apple became not only a fruit, but a reminder that his body could still respond kindly to small acts of care. These two stories remind us that progress is rarely instant and patience is as important as the food itself. Both Margaret and Ramesh learned that gentle changes, not rigid rules, are the path to better sleep. By adjusting the timing of fruit, moderating evening fluids, and respecting their body's rhythm, they reclaimed the nights they thought were lost forever. The lesson is clear health in older age is not about giving up, but about listening closely and responding with care. Even when sleep feels broken and control seems distant, simple habits can restore balance. And in those quiet hours of the night when rest finally comes without interruption, hope feels real again. My dear friend, we have walked together through some gentle but powerful lessons today. You learned how something as simple as eating an apple at the right time in the right way can help calm your bladder, improve digestion, and bring you closer to a peaceful night's sleep. We also spoke about healthy routines, common mistakes, and real stories from seniors who found hope in small changes. Remember, these are not strict rules but gentle tools that you can try in your daily life. I want to remind you that everything we discussed here is for education and guidance only. If you have ongoing health problems, pain, or frequent symptoms, please speak directly with your doctor. Your body deserves personal attention, and a trusted physician can give you the care that goes beyond general advice. Now, I would love to hear from you. Which topic would you like us to explore next? Please type the number in the comments. Type 1 if you want to learn about weak bones and how to avoid broken bones. Type 2 if you are interested in memory decline and dementia. Or type 3 if you want tips on boosting brain power. And if you found value in this video, please subscribe to our channel, turn on the notification bell, and share this message with a friend or loved one. You never know, your small action may give someone else the gift of better sleep tonight.